Hello viewers, we're back with the DuoPhones model TAD252, and I had speculated in one of the previous videos about these telephones that I have suspicions that the design is modular in the sense that the answering machine component could probably be switched from one unit to the other, and it does appear to be so. Now I was looking at these a little bit closer. I noticed we have a date code. This one is from April of 1988, and this is the one that does not work. What didn't work on this one? The message machine didn't work on that one. And this is the one with the good message machine, and this one is from November of 1989. So, I mean, I'm purely hypothesizing here, but I suppose it's possible that this message machine broke 30 years ago and this one was bought to replace it, because only one of them had tapes in it, which meant they were probably only using one machine. But that's just my theory. I have no way to prove that. So anyways, what we're going to do here is we're going to pull this out, and it looks like even the connectors were all intended to be removed. The only thing that's not there is there's a component there which is soldered in, kind of oddly too. If you can see in the video, it goes here to there. It's on the other one too. So we'll have to unsolder that, but otherwise it's going to be very easy. I think it should be very easy to change out these answering machine components. Now, I didn't realize these phones was that old. These are 30 years old. And what's impressive is that the quality of the recording is better than most of the answering machines you can buy today. Alright, so this one here, I'm afraid this is going to come off and break. This one also has the soldered in component at the top, which is just so odd. The belt on this one is actually fine. It's not sticky at all. I'm going to leave that alone. This one, you know, it's got a little indent there where you could see. Well, you can't see it because I'm not paying attention. You could see an indent right there where it sat probably on there for a decade or two. But that machine doesn't work anyway, so it's irrelevant. But this machine works, and the belt is good and everything, so we're just going to leave that alone. So I think the soldering iron is warmed up. It certainly felt warm, but I guess it's not. Wait a little bit longer, and then we'll disconnect this component, and we'll swap out these machines, and I think that'll give us one completely working unit. At least that's my hope anyways, because what I want to do with these phones, or this phone that works, I have a DuoPhone cordless phone from the 1990, so probably it would have been in Radio Shack on the same shelf, I suspect, at the time. And I want to set that cordless phone and this corded phone up together somewhere someday. That would be kind of cool, because that cordless phone is a relative who's no longer with us, so that phone has some nostalgia to it as well, other than just being a very neat piece from the time. So it looks like my soldering iron is still not quite warmed up yet. I'm going to keep trying to melt it anyways. There it goes. Come on, bro. Get off there. There it goes. Okay. So this is separated now. I gotta be careful not to confuse which one is which here. So this one, the one with less wear, ironically enough, is the one that doesn't work. That's been a going trend, though. I've noticed that stuff that's been beat to death still works, and then things that look like they just came out of the box don't work. So that's the one with the bad answering machine but the good phone, and this is the one with the good phone and the bad answering machine. It doesn't really matter really, because I'm going to swap the two of them and connect it back up. So as long as this machine gets in there and that machine gets in there, it doesn't really matter which phone is which, because you'll be able to find out pretty easily. So let's disconnect this one now. Jeez, what the heck's going on here? Sure seemed like that. I should have let it go free. Okay. I think I nicked that other wire ever so slightly, but it's still good, so that's fine. Okay, so now we have to, looks like the wire is glued on this one, but it's not glued on the other one. That doesn't really matter. Now this is the broke. Does that really matter? I don't think so, but I'll glue it back on anyways. That's no big deal at all. Okay, so now we need to physically remove these answering machines, and we also have to take this board with it, this button board, which, oh geez, I'm just now noticing that that may be one, and that could be soldered together there. Or do we need that button board? I don't know. Of course, I'm not entirely sure if it's just the answering machine that's shot, or if it's the control components. Well, let's start with just the answering machine, because I'm pretty sure that's all soldered into there. Which I can undo that if I have to, but I would certainly rather not. You know, it would make sense to turn these around so that we're looking at the same thing on both sides. As far as I can tell, these components are identical. There's something on there that this one doesn't have, but it doesn't seem like it's anything of substance. What the heck just happened? Oh, the thing closed. It's almost ready to come off already. I think those 4 screws will do it. That was much easier than I was expecting it to be. Oh man. Oh, that's nasty in there. What is that? It's like all rusted, and it's just rust. Huh. This must have been used in a wet environment. That's strange. The other one's not like that at all. And this one's pretty clean. The belt's not too good in this one, though. You can see it's not really turning that wheel quite right. I still want to try to, well actually I guess there's no point in trying to fix it if the phone component doesn't work. You know, what good is the answering machine, but gee, this is nasty in here, but I don't want to mess with it because it works. It looks like it's all just on the metal where it's disgusting. It doesn't look like the heads are dirty or anything else, so I'm kind of feeling inclined to just leave it alone, even though it's not really what it should be. I think we're going to just go with it for now. Alright, so this will now be our good working unit, so let's put these screws back in. Oh, I forgot this. Daggone it. It was just like that. Alright, now we got to get this wire thing, whatever this is, back in there. And that's going to be a thrill. I can already tell. Because the cord is so short. If this doesn't go well, maybe I'll just add a piece of wire on there so it's a little bit longer. Because this is kind of ludicrous to try to work with it being as short as it is. Where's those tweezers? Here they are. It's not gonna happen. I think might as well just put an extra wire in there because this, well, maybe if I hold it kind of like that, I can get it on. I don't really want to spend the time tacking another wire on, but I also don't want to sit here and try to accomplish something that's just not destined to work. And this kind of seems like one of those things that's not destined to work right. Unless I could just melt it on there just like that. That'll be fine. Not satisfied with the way that mounted. Obviously it just came off. So that's it. Let's get another piece of wire on there. Extend it a little bit. Let's see if this piece of wire will fit through the hole. If it will, then I'll use it. You can't really see where the hole is anymore. And I just moved that totally out of the daggone frame. Pretty sure there was a hole going through here somewhere. There it is. Okay, that did fit through. What I need to do is bend it up a little bit so it stays in place, and then we'll put a little bit more solder on there to keep it secure. It's not very secure. There we go. That's pretty secure now. So now what I'll do is I'll just take this other end here and I'll join this to that other component. And what I'll do is I'll take this, that probably won't slip over the joint. Straighten this out. And on this side of the wire, I'll just get some shrink tubing here and put this on. Need to get some thinner shrink tubing. This is all a bit on the thick side, but it'll be fine. Now you're not really supposed to do this, joining copper wires and aluminium wires. I'm not really sure why. It's got something to do with the chemical reactions or whatever that takes place. I don't know. I just know that in electrical, you know, like in residential electrical, for instance, you're not supposed to do that. I'm not sure if it's an issue with electronics or not. I guess we'll find out. Is that really sturdy? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Now, here is something very annoying. These pins have to line up with those connectors, and that is extremely hard to do. I've already tried to put this back together once just out of curiosity to see if it could really be done, and I was able to get it, but it took some things that should not be shown on video. So, it probably won't get recorded again. Speakerphone button, that's got to go back in place. Let's see how this fits in here. I wish I could test it prior to snapping it back together, but there's no way to. Where's the privacy button? I guess if I have to grab it off the other one, I can. Well, the buttons should not be disappearing. Alright. Where did that button go? It's in there somewhere? The button was still on there. Alright, so what has to happen now is This cable has to get plugged into here, which isn't so bad. And this cable has to go in here, isn't bad either. Now the bad part is getting these pins to align up. Oh, and the microphone has to be sitting in there like that. Microphone is modular as well. Okay, now we have to get these pins aligned up. And this is hard. And it's annoying. Fortunately, I can do hard things. That went a lot easier than it did the first time. Must have been easier because I told myself I could do hard things. Okay, so with that back together, let's plug this thing up and see if it works. That was way too easy. I have my doubts about it working, but who knows? Sometimes things just go well. This could be one of those times. I knew it was too easy. The speakerphone button isn't wrong. Well, that's not fine, but I would like to test it first before I take it back open, because if I gotta fix something in there, I could have to transfer over that whole other button thing too. So if I have to do that, I'd rather not open it, fix the speaker button, and then have to open it again to do that. Just do everything at once. Okay, let's see what we have here. Didn't plug it in. What happened? Okay, so it's kind of working. The buttons are working, but now the handset's not working. I don't know if it's because this is stuck down. Okay, speakerphone. The speakerphone. The speakerphone is stuck on, so I guess we can't proceed any further until I resolve that issue. So I'm going to have to open this up again. Disconnect all those pins. Why is this being so difficult to open? Oh, you know why? Because the handset's plugged in. Ah, cheese. Okay, and we'll close it back up. Hopefully I can still do hard things and I'll be able to get this closed up without too much trouble. And now we're back to this not going well. There it goes. No, maybe? Maybe not. Okay.
This is the hardware store.
That seems like it's working okay. Let's go ahead and ring it up. Oh yeah, that's working. That is working.
Hello, this is the hardware store. We're all out of microcassettes. Please call again later.
This is working. It is working. Well, I thought it was working. Seems like it didn't record. Now let's try it again. Testing the recording. I don't know why it's not screening the call anymore. Maybe the call screen has been just hung up on me. That was kind of rude. Is it not set up correctly?
Hello, this is the hard...
Is it not working? I thought it was working.
Is it not working? I thought it was working. Is it not working? I thought it was working.
We should be getting a feedback freak show. Well, we're not. Where's the feedback freak show? It's like there's no incoming audio again, which was one of the problems that we had on the other machine. So maybe the problem is not within the recording mechanism like I thought it was. Let's see if this is recorded.
Is it recording this call?
It did record it, but the modulation was really low.
The answering machine component is completely separate of the telephone.
Kinda seems like it should be working. Goose, goose, 1, 2, 3. It's there, but it's really, really quiet. I tried to clean the head. I'm not sure if that's the problem or not. I was really hoping I could get these to work, at least one of them, but I don't think we're going to be able to. The incoming audio to this one is so weak, there's almost no modulation, which was the same problem that we saw when that answering machine component was in this unit. So there's got to be something else wrong which is causing that incoming signal to be weak. Now both phones dial out now, which is different than what we had before. Before only one phone dialed out, so I don't quite understand why that changed, but I don't know what's going on here. I can't seem to get this to work just by swapping out the machines. So I'll put these in a box and maybe I'll revisit them someday.